Hey everyone, welcome back to RacquetGuys. Today we're taking another look at the 2026 speeds from Head in the form of the Head Speed Pro Legend 2025. Don't forget to hit those like, subscribe, and notification buttons to keep up with all things RacquetGuys, and let's get started. Similar to Head's approach to the MP, the updated Speed Pro Legend 2025, which is actually a 2026 speed, has not had any radical changes applied to it. The specs remain unchanged, with the same weight and balance of 310 grams and 9 points head light, or 325 grams and 6 points head light strung, and the same head size of 100 square inches and a string pattern of 18 by 20. While we don't have the final official values for swing weight and stiffness from Head, we found our demo to have a swing weight of 322 and a stiffness of 63. This does suggest that our demo likely has a lower swing weight than average. However, at the time of filming, I was not yet really able to confirm that. And just like the MP, the technologies included also remain mostly unchanged. Still present are Exotic 2.0 in the yoke and handle, and graphene inside for some stiffness and stability. New for 2026, and present here in the 2025 Speed Pro Legend, is high bore. High bore is a material made from a combination of boron and graphite that provides increased stiffness and responsiveness, resulting in more control, more stability, and more forgiveness. With all the housekeeping out of the way, let's get this on court and see how it plays for both me and Richard. This version of the Pro is probably one of my favorite versions of the Speed. That extra responsiveness from the high bore and the improved stability really gave me confidence in both the control I had over the ball, as well as how much power I had available to me. I really felt like this version felt almost effortless to hit with. Power was available, although not much, but the stability at contact, especially on subpar contact, was very impressive. Critically, the high bore does very little to filter and reduce any more vibrations, or make the frame more comfortable in any way, at least in my opinion. While I think this is somewhat important in the MP, I think it's absolutely critical in the Pro. This version with the 18 by 20 string pattern is built to provide more feel and control while the player generates all the power themselves. But if its frame is too dampened, it can be hard to feel connected to the ball and therefore harder to control the ball. I say all this because while the addition of high bore is not overly groundbreaking or revolutionary, it does buck the trend of the last few years while still having a significant impact on the feel and playability. The change is absolutely noticeable, and I think it's a really positive change. Volleys are a similar story. That extra responsiveness and stability make volleys almost too easy. As our demo had a lower swing weight than what will likely be the average, I do think it was easier than normal to maneuver. However, I think anybody who is able to confidently and comfortably use the Speed Pro will not have any issues. Serves were also very solid. I think here that the lower swing weight made serving a little bit easier than it otherwise would have, but I don't think a swing weight closer to the old average will have too much of an effect on serves. If anything, a higher swing weight will help with hitting more powerful serves, but regardless, I think this is a great serving frame. I think the Head Speed Pro Legend 2025 appeals most to intermediate or advanced players who are looking for a very versatile, control-oriented frame. Some comparable frames, in my opinion, would be the Percept 100D, the Blade 98 18 by 20, or possibly even the Pure Drive 98. In the end, did Head make any revolutionary or drastic changes to the Speed Pro for 2026? Not really. However, the addition of high bore really does add extra stability and responsiveness to the frame, and goes that extra mile of bucking the trend of just adding more comfort or dampening to the frame. That's what I think of the frame. Now let's see what Richard thinks.
From the baseline, you can definitely notice the changes they have made in the Head Speed Pro Legend 2025. With the addition of high bore, I felt that the racket was much crisper and more responsive off the string bed, which I really enjoyed. The ball flight and the ease of use was also quite different. The previous generation, I found that it provided a much higher launch angle with an easier access to spin. At the net, I found that the racket was very stable and forgiving. I found that no matter where it made contact with the ball, I didn't have any consequences. Punch volleys, both in the sweet spot and off-centered, had very similar energy return, allowing for a well-placed shot. When returning heavier balls, the racket stood its ground very well. It was very stable and I could redirect pace with ease. Just like all my ground strokes, serving with this racket felt great. The more responsive point and shoot string bed definitely helped me out a lot. I never felt that I had to overswing to generate pace with the racket, even with the tighter 18 by 20 string bed. I was able to generate good pace on first serves while still maintaining the control I needed for precise placement anywhere in the service box. Overall, I find that this racket gives you exactly what you would expect. Great control due to the tighter string pattern and a nice, crisp and responsive feeling string bed, which I personally have been looking for in the speed line for quite a while now. A similar racket that I would recommend would be the Yonex Percept 100D. The 18x19 string pattern still provides great control, but is slightly easier to generate spin with, while still maintaining a similar feel upon impact. I would recommend this racket for players looking for a frame that provides great string bed feedback and enjoy swinging out aggressively.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions about the Headspeed Pro Legend 2025, or have suggestions of rackets that you want to see us take a look at, let us know in the comments below. The Headspeed Pro Legend 2025 is available in-store and online at RacquetGuys.ca. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.